Everybody knows about the artist S Lowry. They can probably sing along to Matchstick Men and Matchstick Cats and Dogs. That's all about Lowry. But not many people know that one of his paintings was done in Skerries in North County Dublin. It was a painting of the public toilet down beside the harbour. Lowry was 83 when he visited Skerries in 1970. He would have been taking in the many sights of the town on his visit. When he arrived at the harbour, he would have feasted his eyes on the hustle and bustle of the fishing boats, of fishermen surrounded by their nets and lobster pots, tending to their boats, sorting and uploading their catch, or just standing around in little groups, catching up with the gossip of the day. He probably walked another 150 yards and looked across the rocks, the islands and the vast expanse of sea as far as the Mourne Mountains. That magnificent view had once inspired Percy French to write his most popular song ever, Where the Mountains of Mourne Sweep Down to the Sea. As the great artist he was, S Lowry was spoiled for choice in Skerries everywhere he turned his head. So what did he do? It's hard to believe, but he looked across the road and he decided to paint a picture of the local public toilet. Looking at the angle that he captured of the toilet building and the sea and the harbour in the background, it's clear that he stood on the path at the corner of the old lifeboat house and he set to work recording the Skerries public toilet for posterity. 50 years later, in 2022, his painting sold at auction in London for £9,825. 6 years later, on the 23rd of February 1976, he finally shuffled off this mortal coil. I don't know going forward what's going to happen to the old Lifeboat House restaurant in Skerries, but would anyone agree that a little picture plaque would look very well mounted on the corner of the building facing the harbour and the public toilet? That way we could recognise S Lowry's visit to Skerries in 1970 and the artistic legacy he left for us. 6 years later, on the 23rd of February 1976, he finally shuffled off this mortal coil, dying at the age of 88, leaving the world a better place for having known him. And he painted matchstick men and matchstick cats and dogs. He painted kids on the corner of the street with the sparkling clogs. Then he takes his brush and he waits outside those factory gates to paint his matchstick men and matchstick cats and dogs. Now Lowry hangs upon the wall beside the greatest of them all, and even the Mona Lisa takes a bow. This tired old man with hair like snow told northern folks it's time to go. The fever came and the good Lord mopped his brow.